So welcome back, everybody, to Lawyers Happy Hour. This is our August 2021 edition, and I am so delighted to have Liz Johnson of Mountain View Marketing come and tell us what we can know about branding for our law careers, or even if we're in a law firm. It's really great to have a personal brand and really start making that name for ourselves. And if we're solos, even better. So I'm going to go ahead and spotlight Mrs. Johnson, Mrs. Johnson. I didn't ask beforehand, I'm sorry. And there you go, Liz, take it away.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Day. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. Our topic for tonight is your guide to successful branding. First, what makes a brand successful? All successful brands are three things. They're engaging, effective, and consistent. What is your brand? It's your known identity as a company. It's the essence of what your company stands for. It's what your clients, your prospects, your colleagues, and your business associates and local and regional business organizations think of when they hear your brand name. Your brand represents your promise to your clients regarding what you provide and why it's of specific value to them. Your brand is what drives your clients and prospective clients to want your products or services as opposed to just needing those products and services. It's what connects your clients and prospects on an emotional level with your company. So what is the role of your brand? First and foremost, to build trust and credibility, to build and strengthen your reputation in the marketplace, to attract new clients, as well as retain existing clients. That's the external role of your brand in your business or your law practice. It also has an internal role. Internally, your brand attracts top quality employees and exceptional collaborative partners. It creates corporate unity and provides and validates your company's mission. What are the components of your brand? All successful brands are value proposition driven. There is no exception to that. Your value propositions answer 4 questions. Why choose your company or your practice? What sets you apart from the competition? What unique assets do you provide to your clients? And what unique assets do you provide to the community? That 4th question is the giving back component. 5 years ago, that carried a decision-making weight of 30%. Today, it's 80%. People want to do business with companies and organizations that give back to the local and regional community. Many companies and organizations do, but many of them don't weave that into the visual and verbal fabric of their brand. So it's very important that you do that and you share that that giving back portion is a part of your corporate culture. Your logo is an important part of your brand. It should be clean, streamlined, and uncomplicated. Your tagline functions as a hook in your brand. It captures people and engages them with your value. Your tagline ideally should be 5 words or less to be effective. Your personality, tone, and voice of your company are also part of your brand. If you have a more traditional business, then your personality, tone, and voice tend to be more formal and more professional. If you, however, have a more progressive business, in many cases, your tone, your voice, and your personality tend to be more informal, more conversational, more relaxed. It depends on the type of business that you have as to which works best for you, which is most effective for you. But what is critical is that you're consistent, that in all the touch points in the marketplace, your personality, tone, and voice of your company are consistent. Many people don't think of your goals and objectives as being part of your brand, but they are. It's important to establish, to create and provide and achieve for you. Look at your branding in terms of how it's fulfilling and meeting those goals and objectives. Your font and your typeface are an important component of your brand. More traditional businesses, and this is often true with law firms, they use a serif font. It's based on tradition, based on established history, and a serif font is a good choice for many law firms. More high-tech, progressive, leading-edge firms, technology firms, they use a sans serif font, which is much more effective. So you want to make sure that your font or your typeface reflect your brand accurately. Your color palette is an important component of your brand. It has much more of an impact on your client's perception of your business or your law practice than you may realize. 95% of the top 100 brands use only 1 or 2 branding colors. It is not advisable to use more than 2. You begin to give your business a carnival-like experience, and that has a very negative impact on your brand. It's important to know the meaning of color to your target market so that you can more effectively penetrate that target market and increase the success and growth of your business. This evening, I'm going to be talking about several predominant colors, what they mean, and why some major brands are using them. Red is an attention-getting color. It conveys power, energy, boldness, strength, and courage. It encourages prospects to take action, and it actually drives customers or clients to make a product or service purchase. It's no coincidence that the only branding color for Coca-Cola products is red. It's been proven to drive people to buy Coke products. Coca-Cola, YouTube, 3M, Target, and Kellogg's all showcase red in their brands. If you have a call to action button on your website, unless you're an environmental firm, red is the best color for that button. It increases the return on your investment, the action that follows that button, by 38% by just making it red. Blue is the most universally favored color of all. It conveys knowledge, expertise, authority, trustworthiness, loyalty, dependability, reliability, responsibility, and security. It's associated with integrity, and it conveys a message of stability, and it inspires trust. Blue has been statistically proven to build customer loyalty. JP Morgan, LinkedIn, IBM, Facebook, Walmart, American Express, Ford, and Pepsi all tap into the power of blue. With many colors, the shade is also very important, and green is a good example of that. Green denotes growth, vitality, reliability, dependability, serenity, and peacefulness. Dark green is an excellent branding color for financial firms and investment firms because it conveys money and wealth. Lighter green, however, is an ideal color to promote health and healing, natural, safe, organic products, and protecting the environment. Animal Planet, Tropicana, BP, John Deere, Land Rover, Starbucks Coffee, and Holiday Inn all use green in their brands. Yellow is the happiness color. Yellow conveys warmth, cheerfulness, optimism, clarity, confidence, happiness, motivation, and creativity. It's uplifting, and it has been proven to brighten people's spirits and also statistically to stimulate decision-making. McDonald's Golden Arches leverage the positive components of yellow. Best Buy, Sprint, Denny's, Nikon, Hertz, and Subway all use yellow in their branding color palettes. If your business or your practice relates to communication, then turquoise is an ideal branding color for you. Turquoise conveys clarity of thought and communication. It inspires self-expression, and it also encourages people to tune into their own needs. Peach, particularly lighter shades of peach, appeals to an upscale market. Peach is a good branding color choice for healthcare providers, and it also conveys a warm feeling of caring and friendship. It symbolizes a long, healthy life and is associated with youthfulness and perpetual vitality. Some colors resonate more effectively with one gender than another. Brown is a good example of that. Brown is associated subliminally with strength, practicality, reliability, durability, comfort, and earthiness. Men are much more drawn to brown than women. UPS even goes so far as to cite brown in their slogan, "What can brown do for you?" It's a predominant color in their brand. Silver conveys prestige, wealth, sophistication, intuition, and dignity. It conveys sleek quality craftsmanship and modern high-tech artistry. Aviator, Mercedes, and BMW all incorporate silver into their brands. So how do you make the subliminal power of color work for your brand? First, you need to define the characteristics and components that you want your brand to convey. Choose the colors that connect with your brand promise and deliver your brand message. Know that color influences how clients view your brand, and it contributes to a strong brand identity. So it's very important to choose wisely. You want to make sure that you put the color to work for your business's brand. Just like many things in life, it's important to know what not to do as well as what to do. So here are some branding mistakes to avoid. The first is not having a clear understanding of what your brand stands for. You can't possibly convey it effectively in the marketplace if you're not clear what your brand stands for. So that's the first step. The next mistake is not clearly conveying what your brand stands for. Many businesses, especially long-established businesses, expect the marketplace to connect the dots. That's not a good idea. You want to make sure that you're clearly conveying what your brand stands for through all your touch points in the marketplace. That's where you build and leverage your target market penetration and your traction. One of the biggest mistakes we see, especially with small businesses, is tweaking your brand after you've rolled it out. You want to make sure you create a very engaging, effective, consistent brand, roll it out, and let it do its job. If at some point your brand is no longer reflective of your practice or your business, then you need to rebrand. But every time you change a color tone, a font, you modify a tagline, you dilute the power of your brand in the marketplace. And there is a very significant lost opportunity cost associated with doing that. Another branding mistake to avoid is not prioritizing responsiveness. Many businesses, many law practices don't really see responsiveness as part of your brand, but it most certainly is. Your responsiveness to your clients, your prospects, your team members, your colleagues, and organizations with which you're involved. So make sure that being responsive is a priority for your brand. The last branding mistake I would encourage you not to make is not investing and leveraging your brand in the marketplace. The attitude that if you build it or you offer it, they will come. It works well in the movies with Field of Dreams. It is a disaster in the business world. So what is a brand strategy and what does it involve? Your brand strategy is what you communicate visually and verbally. It's how, where, when, and to whom you communicate your brand message. It involves a selection of target markets based on demographics. I would encourage you to identify a primary target market as well as a secondary target market. That evens out the ebbs and flows in the marketplace. Many businesses, many law practices have a very narrow focused target market. It's best if you have a primary and a complementary secondary target market. Your advertising channels are part of your brand strategy. Are you going to reach your ideal clients online, mobile, on air, in print? That needs to be very carefully and strategically determined. Your marketing tools, your brochures, your flyers, those are all part of your brand strategy. There are two newsworthy components of outreach that complement your promotional components. The first is content marketing. This is a very, very powerful tool for business professionals, and it's extremely powerful for attorneys. Content marketing positions you as the go-to resource or go-to expert in your field. It doesn't have any promotional content, but it has tremendous promotional value. We have actually helped businesses grow by more than 30% through content marketing alone. It increases your top of mind awareness. And when people need a litigator, they need a real estate attorney, they need an elder law attorney. If you've done content marketing effectively, you are the one they reach out to. Content marketing is very effective. The other newsworthy tool that complements your promotional outreach is public relations campaigns, press releases. Statistically, you need to do 4 or more a year to be effective. 6 a year is really an ideal threshold. You can promote new services, new areas of law or business in which you practice, awards, new employees. All of those things are newsworthy, and they keep your business or your law practice in a top of mind awareness position in the marketplace. Public relations is very affordable and it's extremely effective. Social media campaigns are also part of your brand strategy. I would encourage you to look at where your ideal clients will be on social media. Every channel isn't effective for every type of business or every type of law firm. You want to make sure you're connecting and investing in the social media channels that work best to penetrate your target markets and reach your ideal clients. What are the keys to a successful brand strategy? First and foremost, you want to be authentic. You want to make sure that your brand is a mirror-like reflection of you and your business or your practice. You want to focus on your goals and objectives. Make sure you have a clear idea of what you hope your business will achieve through successful branding. Showcase what your business or practice does better than the competition without ever criticizing the competition. That's very, very important. You never want to cast anyone else in a negative light. You just want to showcase how you are their best choice. As I mentioned before, consistency is key. You want to ensure that all of your outreach and all of your touch points in the marketplace convey your brand consistently. Very important. Connect on an emotional level. Tell your story. Make sure you stay relevant and flexible. The marketplace is constantly changing. You want to make sure that you're nimble so that you can capitalize on ideal opportunities for your specific type of business. Invest on the correct platforms that reach your target markets. And as with anything pertaining to branding and marketing, focus on your return on investment. We have helped clients grow between 28% and 300% in 18 months through successful branding. It is a powerful business growth tool, and I would encourage you to take a look at your brand and make sure you're putting that science to work for you. We recommend clients do a brand checkup every 6 months. It's a great way to make sure that your brand is on track. You would take a look at everything you've pushed out into the marketplace in the last 6 months and make sure it's engaging, effective, and consistent, and that it reflects your value propositions, the answers to those 4 questions, visually and verbally. If so, then your brand is working effectively for you. Branding fuels vibrant and sustainable business growth. Thank you very much. I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have.